This is iPacers.com, bringing you the latest in Pacers news. James Wiseman has believers in Pacers organization as he joins his third team after stops in Golden State and Detroit. Currently, however, he is dealing with a groin injury and is expected to be limited at the start of Indiana Pacers training camp, according to his new head coach, Rick Carlisle.
He probably will be limited headed into training camp. Um, he's got a groin thing that happened a couple weeks ago that we're trying to help him work through. But that will go by relatively fast, and then we just got to get him in and get him going.
Carlisle still sees the potential in Wiseman as the team looked to find a third center for the roster with some upside. He also seems keenly aware that he's a project that needs to develop and needs time to learn how the Pacers do things. Wiseman joins fellow 2020 draft class members Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, and Obi Toppin as players that left their original teams and found long-term homes and success in Indiana, while also replacing another lottery pick from the same class that resurrected his career in Jalen Smith, who signed with the Bulls this offseason.
Well, he's a in my view, he's a great young prospect still. He's still very young, 23, 24, whatever it is. We need to forget about where he was drafted, forget about the things that may or may not have happened along the way. He's had a great summer with our staff and with his teammates. He's a great kid. When you stand next to him, you won't believe how big he is. I mean, he is really huge and has great wingspan and stuff like that. We've got to simplify things system-wise for him, because this is a new system. Playing in Detroit last year, they didn't play with the kind of tempo that we play at. We know that he can do it. With the departure of Jalen Smith, we needed to fill that depth center slot with someone with upside, hopefully youth and room to grow. And so, I think he's a guy that our fans are going to like a lot. Our players have liked playing with him, being around him. He's a real positive, upbeat kid.
Pacers Vice President of Basketball Operations Ted Wu mentioned that the Pacers were limited in options financially to pursue a third center, so we're excited to fill that veteran minimum spot in the roster with someone as talented as Wiseman.
The opportunity to find somebody as talented as James with the resources that we had available, I think will go a long way for us. Having a three centers is important to our coaching staff. You never know kind of how the season goes on. Last year we had a similar rotation like that. And we're kind of excited to see the growth and development that James can bring to our team and to prop up that center position.
With so many extensions this offseason, the Pacers are just below the luxury tax line. That's the limited resources being referred to by the Pacers front office. While there's no reason to go over the tax line for a third center, it's valuable for the Pacers to use a veteran minimum contract slot on someone that could pay dividends in the future. Wiseman agreed to a 2-year deal with a team option for year 2 and what amounts to be a low-risk proposition worth a flyer to see if gold can be struck again with the 2020 lottery. Miles Turner has already taken the young center under his wing and wants to see him find success in his career. Turner hosted both Wiseman and Isaiah Jackson in Dallas prior to the team minicamp at Pascal Siakam's home in Orlando.
I've always been a fan of James. I feel like he's someone who he passed the eye test. He's huge. Like, he's all of 7'1", very long, very athletic, has all the intangibles. And I have spent time with him. Him and Isaiah Jackson, they came to Dallas, for a few days, and we worked out together down there. And James is just someone who needs an opportunity. You know what I mean? I feel like once he gets the opportunity that he's been looking for, he's going to take it and run with it. He's someone that I'm personally, I'm going to be around. I'm going to be in his ear, and it's genuinely because I want to see him succeed. I feel like I've been in his shoes before in his position as far as his temperament as a person, not necessarily like, where he's in his career, but I understand him as a person in a sense, and I feel like that's going to help me understand him more on the court. So still going to learn him, still going to know him more. I've only known him for a couple months, but I really do feel like he's someone that can help us. And once he puts it all together, now he's going to be dangerous.
Jackson came on strong during the playoffs last season as he overtook Jalen Smith and looks poised to have his first nightly consistent role as the backup center since being drafted in the first round in 2021. Wiseman may not see the court often early.
There are only so many minutes. That's pretty clear. If you look at our roster, you can make a clear case that there are 11 guys at least that should be playing in the rotation, and that's unlikely to happen. But I want to see which guys have the wherewithal and the character to just bring a spirit and an energy and a physicality every single day, regardless of what's happening, moment by moment with minutes, and we'll see where the chips fall.
And that 11 probably doesn't include Wiseman as it currently stands, and he'll be further behind his competition if the groin injury keeps him limited for long. Carlisle did mention the importance of positional size, and that's certainly a takeaway that everyone has about the former #2 overall pick. He's huge as a 7-footer and the tallest player on the team. Wiseman averaged 7.1 points and 5.3 rebounds in 17 minutes per game last season with Detroit.
iPacers.com. This is the theme song for iPacers.com. iPacers.com. This is the theme song for iPacers.com. iPacers.com. This is the theme song for iPacers.com.